Hello, I'm doing a recap of episode 7 of The Reason I Can't Find My Love. Okay, Fuji. She told Saki and Mako over dinner that her and Taki wasn't together anymore, and they was like, give him another chance, and she did try to, talk to him, but he was like, do you even like me? And she couldn't answer. So, uh, he basically, we're not gonna work. He said, I think you was your number one. And, when she goes to work one day, she finds out that she gets to be chief of his new lighting gig. Because I thought Shiratashi and Misusu like worked in the same company, but it seemed like they work at different companies for the same type of things that they do, with events. And so Tamu, the young and the older guy, the older guy, the one she smacked the butt at the beginning of the drama, and the one that told her the reason why you can't get a man because you act like a man, they was like, let's have a party at your house to celebrate. And there was like invited Taki, but she didn't say that she wasn't with Taki anymore. Well, they have the party, and while after everyone's talking and Saki is admitting that she liked somebody, she didn't say who she liked. And so Mako and Yu was in the washing the dishes, and Mako was like, "You heard about Taki, right?" She said, "They're not going out." She said, "No, they broke up because of the promise." They broke up because she went to Yu when she was supposed to be in an important event for Taki. So he was worried about that, and he did go try to speak to well, first he talked to Fuji about it, and she was like, "It's not your fault." She said, "I didn't, I didn't like him." But he still tried to try to fix it. But even Taki was like, "She's your number. She likes you. You're her number one." And even Hikari, his Yu's ex fiance, she was talking to Fuji, about how her and Yu broke up, and she was like, "You still like him, don't you?" She's like, "Take care of him." So, and Fuji, she what's it really say? Oh yeah, at that party, for some reason, Saki went to sleep on the couch while Fuji and Mako was still cleaning up. So since they couldn't wake her up, Fuji went to go get her cover from Saki's room. Well, when she went in there, she knocked over a pen of cups, and that's when she saw the Shiratashi pen. And I'm just, the pen that he gave Saka, she still hasn't gave it back. And stuff going off on her head, and she put the cover on there. And even though and then anything else with Fuji is that the new guy that's working with them with the projects, and she's the chief of it, he wants to hire her for her company, and so that's what's going on with Fuji. Saki, she ain't even been going into work. She's been hanging out with so much with Shiratashi, it don't even make no sense. And I just feel so bad for Misusu. I mean, Saki, there's nothing wrong with Saki, it's just that when she took her phone number out of his phone after she found out that he was married, that is where it should have ended. She says they have not done anything, but they're just hanging out way too much, and it's just no. Which Misusu called them. Oh, I feel so bad for Misusu. Like, that's what. Yeah, when I said Saki wasn't going to work, she was like not going into much work. And like after the meeting that Fuji was with Misusu, and she was with Shiratashi and the other dude that she's working with, and other people that's trying to make this event happen, he was like hurrying up out there. I mean, she couldn't even talk to her husband. Like, what? And when he did, apparently find out he left his notebook, and so he thought he left his notebook at his company, and when he went, he couldn't find it, and so he was getting in the car. But what he did not know is that his wife had driven a taxi there, and she was coming down. She's like, and when she saw him get in the car, and it pulled out, and there was Saki up in the driver's seat. She just hurried up and ran so they wouldn't see her. And I'm like, that's so wrong. Why should you hide with them cheating? And it sucks because, like I said, Saki, there's something wrong. But Misusu tried to confront her, I think. I don't know. But Misusu came into the house one day, but Fuji was there, and she asked Fuji, did you know about it? Well, not like it, you know. And Fuji was like, oh, and she said, well, Fuji didn't know that. All she found was her pens. They don't mean anything, really. And she said, you're not good at lying. And she said, well, I don't know details. And she's like, what am I supposed to do? And stuff like that. So Fuji tried to confront her. And Saki, there she goes in her defense mode. She's like, didn't you want you and Hikari to break up and blah, blah. So here's your chance and blah, 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 this. And then, And, Fuji tried to say, no, this, no, that. And then, Saki got real for a moment. And she was like, she said we haven't. Well, she was saying she didn't do anything. She said She's like I have feelings for him. So that is where Saki and them go out, and it shows that Shiratashi leaving office. So again, Misusu pour her, and so the night when Fuji confronted Saki. He goes into the house and packing, and Misusu's like, where you going? And Bessie's like, I can't have your key. Bam, and then left. Like, what kind of mess is that? Like, really? That's not, he should have, because she could have took it off as, I don't like you anymore, and I don't want her to kiss, which that could be the same thing too, but it was just basically like, I can't have kids, I can't feel your dreams, bye, and just left with his the bag that he done packed, and just left Misusu all by herself, poor thing. And, what is it? Mako. Poor her. Okay, first, remember that dude Taki, the one that was talking about because she didn't want to sleep with him? Woo! Tell me he said, I'm sorry if I ever did you wrong or something like that. No, you did her wrong. Talking to her about people and everything. Like, she even heard people talking about it because she was involved with this dude and that dude. And I'm like, oh no. And I don't think and then he was like, did you talk Momoko, his sister? He said, did you hear to her? Hear from her? And she was like, no. And so when she was walking off, bam, here he goes again, Yamamoto. And he was like, oh, I see now that you don't got no job, you hanging out with your Kasaki. Did I say Taki the first time? My bad, because I can't even remember, but Kasaki's the one, just to make sure, Kasaki is the one that was spreading rumors in the office about how she's uptight, wouldn't, sleep with him or whatever, I guess. And anyway, here comes Yamamoto, and he was like, oh, I see you still with Kasaki. And she's like, no, that's not it. And he said, well, I guess since you don't got a job now, you could be loose around more men. I just don't know. I don't understand that. She don't need him anyway. He clinky little. She just need to give it up. It wasn't meant to be anyway, because he wouldn't even give her no chance to explain. He's like, I bet you thought I created the rumors and you just left. She didn't need him no way. Ooh, both of them men right after another. Like, poor girl. So she ends up going into this restaurant like right after, and this guy, she was like asking what's good, and he's like everything or something like that. He gave her this soup, and she's eating, and then the tears just flowing down her face. So, like, first he was like, what? Because, maybe he thought it was his food. I don't know. And she was like, even though everything's so terrible, something could taste so delicious. And I don't know where he came and got the cloth, but then all of a sudden he was like, you gonna cry, you gonna eat. Like, what? She could cry and eat at the same time as she want to. So, and come to find out, she did have a, lunch with Momoko, and Momoko side heard from mom that she got fired and stuff like that, yes. And then she basically told Mako, that I slept with your dude because you, to take him away from you. She said you're slow. I guess slow in, confessing your feelings and stuff like that. And Mako was like, yeah, or something, whatever, and, or maybe she said she wasn't, after that, maybe she said when she wasn't getting anything, but Momoko was like, yeah, you this and that and that. I'm like, hold up. You slept with someone that she could have had? Because she slept with, Kasaki. And I'm just like, what? And she said, basically, she was saying you ain't good at this and good at that, and just kept listening out. And she said, the only thing you're good at is it cooking. And like, dang. And then like, oh yeah, during the majority of this drama, she is, probably like 99% of the time, she is cooking. 90, yeah, about 97% of the time, she's cooking. Yeah, 99. But because they did have takeout one time, but and it was but usually yeah, she is. And I guess it clicked off something in her head, and yeah, I think that's how it is right now. So Fuzi's trying to concentrate and work. Saki don't really know what she wants to do at this point, and I feel like she needs to back away from the situation. Watashi, I think even before Saki ran into the picture, I think he was over their marriage, really. I don't know if him not be able to, it didn't just say he couldn't ever get kids. The doctor just said it was going to be hard, more hard to have kids. I don't know, it's just, and poor Masusu, like, oh wow, she should just confronted him. She should have. And poor Mako, she just like, just stuff ain't coming away. And it does look like she's about to go into a restaurant, I think. Oh, I can't remember, but poor Mako, it just seemed like one after another, people just kept coming down on her, just being nasty. But it was a good episode, and yeah, that was it. Bye.